If you're here before you go, consider giving me a like, hit the bell to stay notified, and subscribe as always. So what are we doing today? Well, it's a relatively nice day here in Ontario, Canada. And what does that mean? That means, well, there's no snow and there's no rain, so it's a nice day. Which means we're gonna barbecue. And one of my family's favorite summertime dishes, especially for my littles, is my Middle Eastern inspired, okay guys, because this is my recipe and I'm Italian. Middle Eastern inspired grilled marinated pork. So, legit, I never have leftovers. It's lovely, it's pretty clean and healthy. So we're gonna start our marinade. Now, when I do this for a barbecue, I marinate a good 24 hours in advance. I got lazy last night, so it's okay. As long as you got a good 6 to 8 hours, you're good. But I wouldn't do this marinade in like an hour or so. All right, just keep that in mind. Definitely do it the night before and you're good to go. So I'm just going to get my marinating tub, and I am going to be using a pork tenderloin to do this recipe. I've done it with pork chops as well. We're going to be zesting a full lemon. Now if you don't have lemon or you prefer lime, I've done this recipe with lime as well. I do really like lime. I just didn't like the way they looked at the grocery store, and I liked the way lemons looked instead. Now you can do this with pork tenderloin, which is what I'm going to be doing. You can do this with some really nice pork chops, like the bone out chops, and just kind of slice them up. And I've even kept the pork chops whole and just grilled them that way when I've had guests over in the summer, clearly not during pandemic times. And it's been really, really well received. It's very light, very, very flavorful, and it's healthy, right? Because we're going to be using a zero fat plain yogurt. Now you can also use a Greek yogurt as well. I'll show you the brand that I use for my marinade because this is the one that I really prefer. And shocker, it's not a Costco brand. Again, when you get to the white, okay, when you're zesting, when you get to the white, stop. That's the bitter part, and we don't want that. Okay? So reserve your lemon because we are going, or your lime, because we are going to be using the entire juice. Now, if you're using a lime, I would use 2 limes, okay? Because you're going to want a lot of that juice, that acidity. I'm also going to zest in 2 cloves of garlic. If you want to fine chop them, go ahead. I'm going to zest these in and we'll be right back. Okay, now that I've got my garlic in, I'm just going to use the heel of my hand and just roll the lemon around, and that's just going to loosen up all the juice inside, so I'm not going to be fighting with it when I go to juice it. I am going to be using the entirety, and if the seeds happen to fall in here, guys, don't stress about it, don't freak out about it. It's just a marinade, okay? You're not going to be eating them, so don't worry. These are some substantial friggin' lemons. Alright, I'm going to juice these lemons and I'm going to get them in. Okay, so we've got our lemon and our garlic and our lemon zest in here. So now we're going to go ahead and add in our seasonings. So we're going to start, and I have to open this one. Okay, so we're going to start with a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. We're going to start with 1 teaspoon of salt. We're going to start with 1 teaspoon. I guess we're not starting, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of onion powder. We're going to add a tablespoon of cinnamon. Yeah, I said it. Cinnamon. I swear to God, guys, the dish is so yummy. Tablespoon of cinnamon. And honestly, my littles like double fist it, and they eat it, and they're like, we have to fight. Like, the adults have to fight to get a proper portion of protein. Pretty bad. A tablespoon of cumin. And a tablespoon of turmeric. And give it a lovely, lovely kind of color. And I forgot to get it from the pantry. Hold please. A tablespoon of smoked paprika. All right. So to that, we are going to add 1 cup. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. So this is the brand I use. You can get it at Walmart. You can get it at No Frills, Loblaws Independent, all those kind of. I mean, that's where I get it. It's like $2 and change, and I'll get about 3 meals out of this. So you can use Greek yogurt, like non-fat Greek yogurt. If you want to use full-fat Greek yogurt, blessed, but we don't. And we're going to add about a good cup of this marinade. Now the yogurt is going to help to break down some of the fiber in the protein here. So the longer you allow it to marinate, the softer and kind of light your pork is going to be. Now we do use a lot of pork in this house. It's a protein that seems to work well with my stomach after gastric bypass, and I'm almost 3 years out. Literally like 2 weeks away, maybe 2.5. Okay, so we're just going to give this a really good mix and make sure that everything is combined and it's incorporated. It looks like a hot mess, but y'all, when it's on the grill, oh man. And you don't even have to do it in a grill if you don't have a grill, guys. You can do it in a saute pan. I do not add any additional fat. This is it, okay? This is it. So if you're doing it in a saute pan, get your skillet on high and, you know, let her go. Now, if you want to taste this to see if your palate thinks it needs more salt or more pepper or what have you, go ahead and do it. I've done this so many times. Blessed. I'm good with it. Oh, it smells so yummy. It looks weird. But y'all, it smells so yummy. Oh, my fingers are going to be stained from turmeric. That's okay. Alright, so we're going to put this aside and we're going to get our pork out so we can clean it. First, I'm going to give it a good rinse, pat down, and I'm going to wash my hands too. Okay guys, we've got our pork tenderloin here. I've cleaned everything up. I've patted it dry. It does have some, should probably put that down. It does have some silver skin and some fat on there that I would like to clean up. Okay, I'm not a big, huge fan. Silver skin is going to make it really tough, even with the marinade. Okay, so we're just gently pulling, and I'm just very lightly going over with the knife, allowing it to do most of the work. Look at that. I found a really nice, big, well, not a nice, but a big piece of fat hiding in the folds. I mean, should I make a joke? I don't know. I mean, y'all can see the back of me, so I won't. Okay, so we're just literally back and forth. I'm just pulling. And it's... Oh, so guys, like, share, subscribe if you like the content that I'm putting out. What's your favorite summertime barbecue dish, or barbecue dish? Like if you're going to a BBQ, or favorite thing to make if people are coming over, or just like your guilty little pleasure. Like what's your summertime jam? My favorite thing to make in the summer, here's a silver skid, is grilled zucchini. Like honestly, I crave it all winter long, and I love me some grilled zucchini. I think it's fan-freaking-tastic. But in terms of a protein, ribs. Yeah. Really not supposed to have them very often because they're like high in fat and whatever, and gastric bypass. They don't always work with me. But alright, I'm gonna get the silver skin cleaned up. We'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, we've got her pretty clean here. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut it and directly put it into our marinade. So when we're cutting it, we want to make it kind of as even as we possibly can, because that's going to affect our time on the grill. So I start by cutting it into cubes like this. Okay? And I'm just going to do the whole amount. I was cutting on an angle. I'm not used to cutting on that, cooking anything really on that side. It's new for me. Looking at getting an island here so that I can see you and you can see me all at the same time. How novel would that be? Alright. So this is about the size of piece that I'm going to want and I'm looking for. This is about the size of piece I'm looking for, especially for when I'm wanting to grill. Especially on the grill, right? I don't want them overly big, and the grilling time is going to be, it's not going to take that long. So however you need to cut them to get them into uniform sizes, okay? Then go ahead and do it, but that is the size that we're looking for. Side note guys, before we take a quick pause, trying to get, oh no, we're taking a pause right now apparently. Trying to get to 100 subscribers, obviously trying to get as big as I can, but when I get 100 subscribers, we're going to do a contest, we're going to do a draw, my cost free for you, brand new. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to send one lucky winner, one of the most amazing, famous things that I use in this kitchen that I absolutely cannot live without. So, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to get my meat cut, get the zoo in control. We'll be back. Guys, don't forget that important part of cooking is cleaning. So, oftentimes off camera, I clean as I go. I wipe down the counters, I Lysol them, I wash dishes, I wash my hands repeatedly to the point where they crack open. They do. I have to clean my hands several times a day because that's how much cooking I do, not just for the camera, but for life. And it's not just because of the pandemic, guys. Like, good hygiene here. Like, if you don't, because we were using raw meat, my dishwasher always has room for my cutting boards, okay? My knives go in there to get properly sanitized, because even though I can clean them and scrub them and do all that kind of good stuff, my hands can't stand the hottest temperature to properly sanitize. So Lysol, Mr. Clean, I did some baking this morning, so clearly I made a mess. But don't forget, proper hygiene. I mean, raw meat, cross-contamination, that can kill, guys. That can kill. Don't just be worried about COVID-19 and the coronavirus. Like, yes, please wash your hands. Please, guys. Please, please, please. But don't forget, a clean kitchen is a healthy kitchen. So I'm going to wash my hands. Okay. I don't think you want to see me wash my hands, but remember when you're washing them, 20 seconds, guys. Lots of antibacterial soap. Like this, get your thumbs. And also, chefs, a lot of them also have short, clean nails, okay? Bacteria gets in them. Gross. I'm gonna go ahead and scrub down. All right, now that we've got clean hands, a clean kitchen, we're gonna mix our pork up, okay? So we're literally just going to stir everything. Guys, are you loving COVID-19 and everyone being home as much as I am right now? I mean, I'm only able to do the filming that I'm doing because my partner is home helping, husbandito, so... Alright, let's mix our pork. Let's mix our pork, and we want to get it all thoroughly covered, okay? Because, again, the yogurt is going to help break down the fibers. It's going to make it very tender, and it's going to be so flavorful. So we're going to cover this. We're going to stick it in the fridge. It will harden a little bit, like the consistency of the yogurt, but don't worry, because the grill is just going to melt that all away. Or your saucepan, your saute pan. Okay, so cover it, throw it in the fridge. If you could do 24 hours, bless, go ahead. I should have. If not, we'll see you in 6 to 8 hours, okay? And with this, we're going to be doing some grilled veg. So if you want to get your vegetable prep ready, we're literally just doing some zucchini, some mushrooms, some peppers, and I am going to season them with exactly the same seasonings that are in here, just about a half a teaspoon worth of each. 2 cloves of garlic, drizzled with some olive oil, mix, mix, mix. On the grill she's going to go. We're going to serve it with some rice that I'm going to do in the rice cooker. We're going to do some whole wheat pitas on the side. And I'm going to be making somewhat my take on a raita. So using the same yogurt, some cucumbers, and some similar spices. Alright, if you want to see me do that, I will at least show you the raita, but the vegetables, you got this. You're good. Alright, we'll see you in 6 to 8. Alright, so we're back. We've got our vegetables going here. Normally I would cook them outside on the barbecue, but full disclosure, Canadian weather has come. It has gotten very windy and very cold. As it is, I'm going to have to put on a sweater. And I don't want to stand out there for too long. So, vegetables are getting cooked out here. Meat will be cooked on the barbecue. Let's make some raita. Probably saying that incorrectly, and if I am, my apologies. But yo, tastes hella good, so. Alright, so I am literally using like a quarter of a cucumber. Okay, so we'll get there. In my bowl here, we're going to put some of our like no-fat yogurt, and again, Greek yogurt would be an excellent substitution here. This is what I have, this is what I like, this is what I prefer. Now, my husband and myself will be primarily eating this, so I'm literally just putting in a half a cup. The kitties aren't really going to be eating this, so don't want to waste it. I'm literally just putting in a sprinkle of paprika for coloring, and I actually really like the taste of it. People say you can't taste it. I think you can. I'm going to be putting in a half of a teaspoon of cumin. Guys, just because I make it one way doesn't mean that's the way it's supposed to be. Here's the great thing about the kitchen. It's your canvas. Let your kitchen be your canvas. Whatever flavors you guys like, whatever, you know, if you have more of a salty or a sweet or a spicy palate, same. I'm doing about a half a teaspoon of onion powder. Whatever it is, it is. And there's no right or wrong way. We're going to do salt and pepper. I'm going to do the salt at the end because I really want to taste. Salt is one of those things that it's a preference thing, right? It's a palate thing, as is pepper. So I'm going to ease up on the pepper, as is sugar. So I'm literally just doing a pinch of sugar. That is it. Okay? We're going to mix this up. Mix it up in a sec. Alright. Now, for the cucumber. Actually, I'm going to pause you for 1 second because I really need to stir those veg. Now, the cucumber. I am first going to cut it in half. And whatever seeds are in here, whatever seeds, right? I don't want this. I don't want it. It's watery. So I'm just literally going to be running my spoon through it. Okay? And spooning it out. Compost, she will go because I do not want her. Alright, and we're going to do the same. I'm only doing a quarter of a cucumber here because again, it's just me and my husband eating this likely. Okay? Now I'm going to cut it thinner. So just like when we're cutting a chicken breast, okay? Motion of the ocean. Let the knife do the work for you guys. Okay? And I can actually probably get another one out of here. Boom. Better from there. So let's show you what we're going to do. Okay. So I'm going to be julienning them, and I'm going to be, that means, you know, cutting them into like match strips, okay? And then I'm going to be doing a very fine dice on them, just like that. So ultimately we're making tiny little cubes. Throw that into our yogurt. So we're aligning similar pieces. Okay, so try and expedite ourselves here. Turn on your saute pan or your barbecue, heat it up because our pork is next. I've taken mine out about 25 minutes ago, so it should be just about ready to go. Okay, so I'm gonna get the rest of these all chopped up hella quick, and we'll see you in a sec. Alright, they're all nice and chopped. We're gonna give them a good mix. I'm going to add some salt to it because I haven't added any at this point. okay? And then we're going to taste it, and you're going to taste it, and you're going to add according to your palate. So if it's too tangy, add the tiniest bit of salt and or sugar and mix, okay? Just keep tasting it a little bit. You don't need a huge, you know, spoonful each and every time. Now you can also shred your cucumber instead of doing a dice if you feel more comfortable using a grater. That's fine. Whatever you feel comfortable with your comfort level. And guys, don't taste from this spoon and then put it back in. It's your family, I know, but if you're serving this for people, it's like your mouse in the bowl. Just cleanliness is next to godliness. I'm sure. What am I going to say is missing? Black pepper. I'm going to add some black pepper. I'm going to add the tiniest more bit of salt. But other than that, she's banging. Okay. Give it a good quick mix. Now, I'm about to go freeze my butt off. Barbecue. Let's go get her. Alright, so we've got our barbecue in. Now, you can totally grill this on the barbecue. I normally do, but because I'd like to be quick about it and not have to really worry, I mean, like some parts I'll put there for you. Oh, I really wish I had my tripod outside. Oh yeah, see, like I don't want to take a chance to lose some, so some of them are just gonna go in my tray here, and that's the way she is. Now, I like to cook this on high. You're going to sear all of it, okay? You're gonna get a hard sear on all of it, because brown food is... What? It's good food. I heard you. You guys know. So proud. Alright. You know what? I've never used turmeric spice in this pan. I'm wondering if that was a mistake now. Alright, well. Oh my gosh, guys, if you could smell this, the warming spices, the cinnamon. Oh, it smells so freaking amazeballs. Okay, we're gonna get it all on the grill and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so it's all on the grill. We're gonna shut the lid and we're gonna let it go about 3 minutes or so, and we're gonna come back and take a look. And really there's not that much of the marinade left, so I'm not overly heartbroken. Yeah. Guys, she's looking nice. Look at the browning on the bottom here. So we're going to give her a flip. I've cleaned my utensils. I'm going to start with these guys first. Look at that. Because I put these down first. So this was a dish that I created the year after my gastric bypass, so probably about 2 years ago now. And the reason is because low-fat yogurt or no-fat yogurt is fantastic. It's one of the only ways I can stomach yogurt. Full disclosure, I'm not a fan, never have been in my entire life. Yeah, this is pissing me off. So we're gonna move you all right to the grill because you're just, it's aggravating me, peoples. Okay, so pause. Alright, sorry, it wasn't getting hot enough. It's really cold and windy today. Well, it's like 10 degrees, but it's really windy, so I wasn't getting the heat that I wanted. So I'm not going to continue to leave this open because I'm losing heat. But I'm going to let that go for probably another 5 minutes. In about 2 minutes, I'll flip the other ones. See, I went from like 300 degrees down to 200. That's crazy. So we got to let it build back up in heat. Okay guys, she's looking beautiful. She's looking done. I've just taken some flatbread out of the freezer. We're gonna put it on the grill and toast it. But yummy. So some pieces will stay on another minute or so just so I know that we're all blessed. But we're going to take these off, and then as always we'll break it down and plate it up for you guys. Okay guys, we're ready to plate it up. So I'm going to start. Oh my gosh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Okay. I'm going to start with some veg. So in here I've just got 2 peppers, I've got a zucchini, I've got like a handful of mushrooms, I've got an onion and some garlic. So my vegetables at the end of the day were about $2 for everything. And we are going to feed 4 people very comfortably here, okay? My rice. The amount of rice I used, I mean, if I'm being hella gracious, probably about a quarter. Like, really and truly, I used just a cup of rice. So, a quarter for my rice. So, we're at about 2 1/4. My meat works out to be about $3, so we're at 5 1/4. The Greek yogurt I used was about $1.25, so we're at $6.50. My cucumber was a quarter of it, so they're $1 right now, a quarter, so $6.75. I used about 50 cents worth because I throw them in the freezer and take them out as I need it, and it was a half a pack that I used, so $6.75. We're at, I think, like $7.50, $7.25. And all my spices at the end of the day, probably, let's be generous, and 75 cents. So $8. People will have seconds. They absolutely will have seconds, okay? Like, trust me, if they don't have seconds in this house, man oh man, I'll hear about it. Okay? And there we go. So feeding 4 people, my Mediterranean, Middle Eastern inspired, we're fusing things together. Ooh, that was bad. $8, 4 people, works out to be about $2 a meal. A person, a plate. Look at that. Doesn't that look absolutely yummy? And there you have it for $8. My Middle Eastern inspired pork. So yummy, so good. I didn't try any. I really want to. It's terrible. Anyways, guys, dinner's on the table. And I've already taken out everything and done my toddlers. So what you're seeing there, when I say it'll feed 3 people and 2 of them will have leftovers, or a second, they will. As always, guys, if you like the content that I'm putting out, please hit that like button. Subscribe, share, hit the bell to stay notified when I post. I will be posting on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays. And as always, guys, from my table to yours, my lovely foodie friends, enjoy.